What's up, preacher creatures? We are coming to you from the Festival of Homiletics 2024 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This has been an amazing conference. It's been so great to hear awesome preachers, inspiring lecturers, and just to get to meet with a lot of other preacher creatures out there. Ashley, you have had the opportunity to go to a lot of the sessions. I've been working the booth, kind of meeting and greeting folks. What are some of the highlights of the festival for you?
I've really enjoyed being here for the first time, and telling people about Preacher Creature has been so exciting. Everybody's, can't wait to hear the episodes, can't wait to tune in. They're asking us where to find it. So that alone has been really exciting.
Yeah.
The theme of the conference is refresh, recharge, renew. And I feel like the way that the speakers have made that message really clear has inspired me, has given me a lot of my own permission to take care of myself, even at the conference. At the opening session, one of the speakers said, I think it was Caroline Lewis, who said, if you need to skip sessions, if you need to take a little time off in between,
Yeah.
you should do it. And I think even that alone is an interesting thing to hear at a conference, where we think we should pack it into every session, pack our schedule, not miss a beat, not miss a moment, and even go home more exhausted than we came.
Yeah.
When the theme of the conference is recharge, refresh, renew, the speakers, particularly Willie James Jennings, was really delivering sermons, delivering lectures that aimed right at the heart of the way that preachers tire ourselves out.
Yeah.
The way that people in service work until exhaustion, and it actually depletes us so much that we can't do our best at our work. So I've been encouraged and inspired to not only embody that, but to use that as a meditation for how we do our work, serving preachers who are serving others.
Yeah, and we have some exciting news. We've gotten to meet some of the speakers here who have books on the horizon.
Yes.
So we got to talk to Dr. Jennings.
Yes.
He has a new book coming out. We talked to Dr. Matt Skinner. He's got a great book on Acts that's coming out soon. And then you talked to Grace Kim.
Yes.
She has a book coming out too. What's that book called?
Her book is called When God Became White.
Yeah.
And it is really going to get into the history of how we got to the place where Jesus and God are embodied in, white masculine bodies and images. And so that book is going to be incredible to talk about with her.
Yeah. And I only went to a couple of sessions because I was working the booth most of the time, but I did get to hear Dr. Cody Sanders, who's now at Luther Seminary, give an amazing talk.
So good.
It is so good, so profound. And he's got a book on spiritual care for preachers. It's coming out next year. So he's
Right along the theme.
So it's been great to meet people who are writing books that are going to serve preachers. And that's what we're trying to do with the Preacher
Exactly.
Creature podcast. So it's been a lot of fun. And it's been so fun to do this with you. This is our first time
Absolutely.
Working the festival together.
Yes.
And it's been really great.
Jake, how was it to talk to folks about the Preacher Studio for renewal? There's trips coming up and fun things for these conference attendees to get involved in. So I wonder how it was for you to really get to show that off and talk about it in person.
Yeah, it's funny because, we started the Preacher Studio for renewal, and then renewal is one of the key themes of the festival.
Clearly we need it.
And so the serendipity or providence of that has been really profound. And it's like when people see like, oh, wow, you're going to lead a 2-week pilgrimage on the Camino de Santiago every summer for the next 5 years. They were like excited and energized.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, every January you're going to be leading a restorative mindfulness and yoga retreat in El Salvador. And they were like, you could just see like the shoulders kind of relax.
Yes.
And so I'm hopeful that we're going to get a lot more people to apply for these events because, like we said, we have 5 years at least of this program that we're going to be running through the Preacher Studio for renewal. And if you check out the Columbia Seminary website, it's under academics, then you'll see the Preacher Studio for renewal. All of our events are being offered there. Our amazing colleague, Dr. Anna Carter Florence, was here giving amazing lectures, amazing sermons, because she's like kind of a staple of the festival.
She is a celebrity here. Not that we're surprised. She's every bit as good as people say.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
that was
she's
awesome.
so humble in
Yeah.
Decatur, just
Yeah.
wandering around. She's not, not
Deflecting
full
all
of
that
herself in
fame.
any way.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so she and I are going to be leading scripture workshops all across the country to help preachers to get engaged with the text in new ways. And that's exactly what she did during one of the workshops that you attended, right?
Yes, that was awesome. We practiced some of the blocking techniques. So what benefit is there to blocking scripture? And we learned after, some folks maybe thought that had to do with how you block the text, which verses you pick. And then when folks got in the room and realized this was about staging, blocking,
Yeah.
as in theater,
Yeah.
when we actually put our bodies in the room, in formation, in a position, the way that the scripture describes and the way that we think it might have happened, the way that certain details become illuminated that can really take us in a new direction for passages that we've read so many times. So that's one of her core techniques that is so powerful. And I was in on that. I got to participate with her, and I got to hear
And you got to play
preachers.
Jesus.
I did. I had to play Jesus, which was a little weird. But in fairness, I told Anna that she could embarrass me if she needed to.
Yeah.
So sure enough, that's how it worked out. But to hear folks say, is that really how it is to learn from Anna? Is that really how she is in the classroom all the time? And we who are her students and colleagues get to say, yes, so take every chance you can to learn from her.
Yeah, and that's been the great blessing of receiving this grant from the Lilly Endowment, is we're able to take the things that our Columbia students get to experience every spring in our preaching and public proclamation course and bring that out to preachers. And it's amazing how, preachers who've gone through multiple cycles in the Revised Common Lectionary are now finding brand new things and insights in the text that they hadn't seen before. So it's really extraordinary.
Yep. And that's the fun work that we get to keep on doing.
Yeah. So we will be at Atlanta next year for the Festival of Homiletics. Please stop by our booth. Check out the Preacher Creature podcast. We're on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And every month, we're going to be interviewing scholars and practitioners who have written a book that we believe all preachers need to be reading. So right this month, we have Dr. Brad Braxton. We interviewed about his book, Open.
Yes.
Next month will be Dr. Anna Carter Florence, his amazing book, A is for Alabaster. We have then Sungwoo Yang's book, Digital Homiletics, and Tom Long's book, Proclaiming the Parables. And we're just going to keep them coming.
Yep.
Right? So if you have recommendations, feel free to email us and let us know what books have been really inspiring for you in your ministry, or what topics you'd like us to address to help to support your preaching life.
Thanks for tuning in. We can't wait to see you in person. In the meantime, we'll see you online.
Yeah. Bye, y'all.